young is the beginning of a long journey, usually a journey that endures beauty but is met with pain. Eventually, as we all grow up, we lose something. This girl with the remarkable name of Ainsley loses something that cannot be spotted with just a regular eye. A wisp of the wind she later recalls was her best friend. One day, it stopped showing up, and eventually she stopped too, finding a moment in her life, saving it as a memory and storing it in the deepest parts of her mind. It all started on a gloomy gray day when Ainsley was sitting almost still on a swing in the park just a few blocks from her house. She sat down thinking about why she was there alone. Though it was then when she looked up and seen her. Just as she had appeared, she disappeared, and Ainsley was left confused, wondering who she is, where she came from, or if she was ever going to come back. This girl had reflected Ainsley's own expressions, and so she came back the next day in hopes to see this girl appear again. So she waited and waited and waited until nothing happened, and her thoughts could only draw back to home, where she had to be in a couple hours again. The day was practically over, and Ainsley was contemplating on leaving. She had tried all day, blinking, praying, anything she could think of, but nothing, until she said, "That's not how this works." The girl convinced Ainsley to sit down with her at the bench and talk to her about why she was here. Not the girl, but why Ainsley was there. Of course, as friends do, they got off topic, and Ainsley started feeling better, more confident about going home. So they said goodbye to each other that day, and Ainsley went back home. Ainsley came back almost every single day, or as much as she could, to see the girl. Their friendship had grown stronger, and Ainsley was finally living her life. The days seemed to grow shorter and shorter, only because they had been spending almost every single minute together, talking about things like why the pigment in leaves were green and what's really out there in the universe. And also, we can't forget their hopes and dreams. The moment Ainsley started to feel better, less depressed, her friend started to disappear again, faster and faster. Ainsley was growing up and time was passing, and eventually their conversations grew more serious about Ainsley's life and what was going on at home and who the girl was. Ainsley knew exactly what was happening. Not that it was unlucky of her to suddenly lose her friend, but more of a lucky thing, because she was finally happy. She had finally found her happiness, and even though she still came back waiting for her friend, she realized that was probably never going to happen. Just as she was leaving for the final time, she heard her say,